Hi folks, it's Mark again here at MCC HQ, and I thought I'd do a different video today, a little bit different. Not made any videos for a while actually, so I'm going to try and get back into the swing of doing that and get some more helpful info out there, MCC related. This is kind of today, it's more an environmental thing. So yeah, today, as the great Ving Rhames would say, I'm going to get medieval on your ass. Hence the outfit. Thought I'd dress for the occasion. So yeah, environment, more specifically, what I want to talk about is plastics. And even more specifically, single-use stuff like this. This came on something we ordered the other day. Yeah, cling film. So I won't get into the good and evil about plastic. I'm sure most of us are familiar with that by now. And there are good points, a lot of good points for plastic. It's a very valuable material. And it all comes from oil, which is a finite resource. So it shouldn't be wasted. It's certainly not on stuff like this. So rather than go on about environment and lecture everyone about stuff they already know, I thought I'd offer a practical bit of help, namely a replacement for cling film, which people, funnily enough, used to use in the Middle Ages. And it's this stuff. I'm going to make cling film, medieval style, from linen cloth. So if you think that's interesting, stay tuned and give us a subscribe on the old red button there on YouTube. It all helps. So let's go make some medieval cling film. Right, here we are in the lab. So the idea is to make medieval cling film. You take a piece of cloth, preferably linen, cotton, something like that, and you coat it with wax. The idea being that when you fold it and wrap it around, say, a bowl like this, it clings the same as cling film and keeps all the nasties out away from your food. So this is a plant-based wax with a fairly low melting point, but you can use any kind of wax, candle making wax, old candles even, anything like that will do. Yeah, just bear in mind, if you're going to melt hot wax, that it's dry. The last thing you want is hot fat spitting in your face. Yeah, the reason I've gone for a low melting point wax is because this stuff, when you put your food away, you tend to put it in the fridge. So you don't want it setting absolutely rock hard while it's in the fridge. It doesn't really matter. And you can regenerate this stuff. That's why it's so reusable, but I'll talk about that a bit later. Yeah, so I've got a bowl ready, scissors, cloth, wax and heating mantle. You can use a bain-marie or something like that if you're doing this at home in your kitchen. Any safe heat source just to melt the wax. So what you need for a bowl, say this size, you need to cut yourself a piece of cloth that will sort of generously cover it. Cut some out. Stick that to one side. So you need enough molten wax to completely submerge your cloth. So Don't worry about putting too much in your bowl because you can always scrape it out again. Stick it back in the bag. Right, in it goes. So I shall just leave that now for a few minutes to melt and come back to it. Okay, so as you can see, our wax is now fully melted and it's a wee bit on the hot side. Take it out, place it there, shut that off. And just mind your fingers if you're doing this. Okay, so in it goes. A bit of good old soak. I think it's quite important to make sure it's completely drenched. I think what I shall do is just lay it out. Normally I pin it. I'll just lay it flat on here to cool. Let's leave it to drip. Again, if you were to lay it on any kind of container or glass tray or something, any excess wax you could reuse. Nearly there. Okay. It's hot. And given that this wax has a fairly low melting point, I can kind of pick it up without burning my fingers too much. Right, there we go. And I shall wait for that to cool and see what we have. So all this can be reused. Right, let's see what we get. Right then guys, we've had a few minutes to cool down. I'll peel this off. Okay. This wax has cooled down, so I'll use that bowl. Just move these so we can see. So we've got like, it's quite a decent barrier. So here goes. I think it will loosen a bit the more you use it, but it seems to be staying. There we go. Medieval cling film. It is something we use in our house. Every so often make some more. But, you can reuse it. So all you have to do, if the wax starts to crack and get a bit crumbly or whatever, which it shouldn't do, but it's possible, all you have to do is remelt the wax or put it in with some fresh, just melt it all in again, and it's back to being usable. Yeah, less waste. I suppose if you're fussy you could even put a rubber band around it. It will stick. Yeah, an effective barrier there, it'll keep all flies and everything out. Good stuff. Okay folks, thank you very much again for watching. I will try and do a few more videos like this if possible, if we get time. Actually, I neglected to mention that everything is a bit of upheaval at MCCHQ at the moment. It's because we're moving. We're moving to a unit just around the corner, which is some 6 times bigger than what we've got now, which is a good sign. We need the space, and yeah, onward and upward, things are growing. The more people we can help, the better. Yeah, back to the environment. I think, you know, you hear a lot of stuff about carbon footprint and all that sort of carry on, but absolutely everything we do impacts the environment in some way. So the thing about it to me is reducing your impact. If you can reduce your impact on the environment, you know, well, there's enough to go around, there's enough resources. It's waste, that's the bad thing. So anything we can recycle, we do try. And you know, if we can all make some sort of like changes. I say disposable stuff, I think, is the real nasty things. But there are some things that are very practical and we can't really live without anymore. To ask us to go back to the Stone Age is a bit ridiculous. So it's about being practical, sensible, and just reduce your impact if possible, which is what we're trying to do. Anyway, thank you again, and I'll hopefully see you soon. See you folks.